AITA for turning away a friend after he showed up to my birthday dinner without RSVPing. I had a birthday dinner this weekend. A week before the dinner I sent a mass text out to 8 of my friends telling them the location, date and time, and to let me know by a certain date if they are coming so I can make a reservation at a hibachi place. Most people said they could come. One friend said they couldn't make it and another friend never responded. A couple days later I was talking to one of the friends I invite about the dinner and they said they thought the friend who didn't answer was coming but they weren't sure. I said that he needs to RSVP so I have the nearest head count for the reservation. I never heard from the friend who didn't respond so I made the reservation accordingly. I should add that before I made the reservation I texted in the mass text chain with "last chance" to RSVP. I'm making the reservation at this time today. The day of my dinner, the friend who didn't respond showed up right as the hostess was asking for the name of the reservation. I told her that we had an extra person show up and I apologized. She looked to see if she could place all of us but was unable to find a place to accommodate an extra person without us having to wait 2 hours. So I told the friend who didn't RSVP that he could not join us for dinner. He got mad and told me I was a bad friend. He told me it was embarrassing to be turned away from a birthday party and that he wasted time and gas coming out. I told him he should have RSVP'd. He told me he told our friend that he might be going. I told him that wasn't good enough and he should have told me. He told me that I should have asked him if he was coming. AITA? Edit. For those stating I should have assumed he was coming because another friend said he might be. I don't work off if hearsay. Especially since the friend who said this is known for saying lots of things that don't turn out to be true or turn out to not happen. I never take what they say seriously. NTA. You asked people to RSVP. He didn't. You didn't include him in the reservation. End of story. Telling another friend he might be coming is not an adequate RSVP. Or actually, not an RSVP at all. NTA. No RSVP is a no on an RSVP. If he can't be bothered to tell you directly, that's on him. It's common courtesy. And it isn't like you told him to leave when he showed up. You tried to get another seating and rightfully decided a 2-hour wait would be unreasonable and rude to the others attending. You did due diligence being nice to someone with questionable manners. He should be embarrassed for showing up and causing an issue he could have easily avoided with a single email. I mean, how hard is it to reply with, yes? NTA, gosh, I'm surprised you see you here. You didn't tell us that you were coming. We did our best to accommodate you, but unfortunately it looks we couldn't put out the majority of people who did RSVP and showed up on time by 2 hours of their time. Sorry, but that wouldn't be right to do to them. I'm sorry, but since you didn't RSVP we can't accommodate you. Hey, just let me know next time. Okay? Quote. If you let rude people walk all over you they will just take advantage. NTA. It's simple etiquette, and making a person wait 2 hours for their birthday dinner because you're being inconsiderate is unacceptable. You did the right thing. He got mad and told me I was a bad friend. Says the guy who didn't RSVP 2 times. He apparently told me he told our friend that he might be going. Even then he was not sure if he was gonna come. He told me that I should have asked him if he was coming. What does this guy think an RSVP is? Does he want someone to take a paper slip with, "Will you come to my birthday dinner?" Tick yes or no. Someone like this is not a friend. NTA. Cut him off from your life. You don't need this toxic and manipulative embarrassment of a human being for a friend. NTA. They had 2 chances to RSVP and they should have let you know they were coming. It's rude to expect everyone else who did RSVP, and you, to wait 2 hours to accommodate the only person who didn't RSVP. NTA, this is a life lesson for him. NTA, you did ask him if he was coming. That's what an invitation is. Then you asked him to tell you if he was coming via RSVP. You aren't obligated to ask him multiple times. NTA, you did ask if he was coming. That's what all the group texts were. He shouldn't have needed a personal invitation. It's a matter of basic respect. He couldn't show you the respect of responding to the group text or responding directly to you. I see it as just arrogance on his part. The only exception to that would be in the circumstances where there's an extreme personal issue. For example, I have a friend who deals with severe depression and anxiety. She can't handle when too many messages come through. She gets overwhelmed. In that case, I probably would have assumed that a maybe via a friend was a yes, and planned for her. That way, if we are short one person, it's not a big deal. It is far more difficult to add a guest than subtract a guest. You haven't indicated that he may have such difficulties like my friend, and he only gave a nonchalant, non-committal, maybe via your mutual friend. What were you to do? Assume that he may grace you with his presence? NTA at all. NTA, you should be the bad friend? He couldn't find the time to write a simple yes to your RSVPing messages. You asked him twice, and his maybe through a friend. How is this an I'm coming? It is as good an I'm not coming. And he really thinks you should have asked him, hello? How about answering? But ask yourself if he really is much of a friend. It seems like you were the second option for his evening plans, and as his first plan fell through, your birthday was good enough. NTA. RSVP is a French acronym for please respond, which is what your friend failed to do. Just respond to the invite. Most of your other friends were capable of handling this level of responsibility. If responding to a text is too much for this guy, there was no reason to believe he'd show up at a dinner reservation. That's why you need a response. NTA, it's not like the restaurant could accommodate the larger number and you sent them away to be petty. You had specific plans and shouldn't be expected to change them because one person couldn't be bothered to send a text. NTA, you did ask twice. That's what an RSVP is. NTA, he didn't RSVP after you asked twice for RSVPs. And even then, you didn't turn him away just because he didn't RSVP, but because the restaurant couldn't accommodate him. Maybe your friend doesn't quite understanding RSVPs and reservations at restaurants, but that isn't your problem. NTA, you did ask him. He didn't respond. His loss. NTA, he didn't RSVP after multiple attempts, reminders. You and the rest of your group shouldn't be forced to wait 2 additional hours to accommodate his inability to send a text. NTA, he might have came? Bruh, that ain't how it works XD. He clearly saw the text messages and knew he needed to reserve a spot before a specific date. Also, what is he complaining about? The dinner wasn't even for him. It was for you. You're the birthday person op. Him having a temper tantrum made it look like he wanted the dinner to be about himself. NTA, you asked people to confirm. NTA, he put himself in that position and then made out like you were the one who did so. NTA, he could have told you he was coming and he had multiple chances. Telling the other friend he might be coming does not count as a yes.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.